Brandon Gutzler toes the rubber for the Cavemen here in the bottom of the fifth. They're working with a 10-4 lead. And the former Murray State slugger takes the mound for the second time so far this summer. He worked a couple scoreless innings a week ago last Wednesday against the Corn Belters. 3 strikeouts, a couple of walks, just 1 hit. And he showed some big-time pop in college, 52 home runs, tore the cover off the baseball, hit over 400 in his college career, and now trying to work his way back as a two-way player. He's played some outfield, and this is the second time we've seen him on the mound. And Fogarty, a jam shot down the left field line. That's going to fall for a base hit. And Fogarty, a wide turnaround first, but he'll hold there.
The game got broken open with that Seth Halverson bases clearing triple. But 6 runs, no lead is safe in the CCL.
No,
we saw
sir.
the Cavemen. Didn't they let up a 9-run lead one time
against the Eagles? Yep.
11 unanswered. Ended with the Ole Arntzen walk-off. Was that? Does my memory serve me correctly?
Your memory does serve you correct.
So it can happen.
Gage Cruz looks at a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Fogarty, the base hit. That's hit number 5 on the day for the Gems. So now Gage Cruz, as the Gems will try to claw their way back again. They scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the 4th, but Seth Halverson hit a bases clearing double. And the Cavemen have now scored 18 runs the last 2 games, still with 2 innings to play here today. They've put up 13 hits and 7 runs, 8 runs rather, yesterday. 10 runs on 7 hits, so 20 hits and 18 runs the last 2 ball games for the Cavemen.
That plays. I heard. I've heard that plays, Shane.
They still got a couple more innings to work with here. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gage Cruz, who struck out a couple of times. He hits here in the 5th after the base hit by Fogarty. He's 1 for 3. And Gutzler has to deal with a leadoff base runner. Gutzler spent some time playing over in Germany. Spent some time at Merrimack, a couple of seasons there, 3 seasons at Murray State. Hit 26 home runs his last 2 years at Murray State.
One of the best hitters in the country.
Mm-hmm.
We know he can hit. We didn't know he could pitch. He's experimenting that right now on the mound this summer. Talking to Will Bradley, the manager for the game. Yeah, I know he's a good hitter, but we're not sure what he can do on the mound yet.
Well, he worked a couple of scoreless innings the last time he pitched, and he gets a pop out there. Halverson calls him off, and Gutzler's saying, I'm an outfielder. I can take that. You don't have to come get it from me. I am pitching, but I am a natural outfielder.
Halverson's an outfielder, too, and he comes and gets it.
Well, once Gutzler's on the mound, you get the heck out of the way. But, I mean, he is an outfielder, but Halverson is as well. Nonetheless, 1 away. And now Gutzler looking for the double play ball off the bat of Matt Westfall. Josh Hoffman worked 4 innings, 83 pitches, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. Didn't have his best stuff, but he does leave with the lead, and that's all that matters. 1 ball, no strikes to the Quincy University catcher, Matt Westfall. Westfall 1 for 2 on the afternoon, singled and scored back in the 2nd on the Tommy Woods base hit, grounded out to 3rd in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss there, 1 ball, 1 strike. So we've seen plenty of comebacks. Do the Gems have one in them? Cavemen trying to win their 3rd straight ball game. Come in at 7-10-2. Gems 7-8-1. 1-1. That's hit into right center, and that's going to get in the gap for extra bases as it hops over the wall onto the clubhouse and over the clubhouse. So a 1-out double for Westfall, and Don't look now, but the Gems are in business.
Great piece of hitting there by Westfall. Gutzler came with the fastball. Westfall had 2 strikes and great approach. He wasn't trying to do too much. I mean, yeah, he drives that ball to the outfield, it hits the wall, but that's not a Matt Westfall. That's not as healthy of a swing as you're going to see from him, but it was very effective. He drills the ball, a guy who just has brute strength, and he drills it to right field in the gap. With 2 strikes, that's a great piece of hitting on a good fastball. He gets and goes the other way with 2 strikes. Impressive right there, just ambushes that fastball the other way.
Nice piece of hitting there by Westfall. If that ball doesn't hop over the wall, Fogarty might have scored on that play, but nonetheless, 2 runners in scoring position for Jack Rigoni rather. Fogarty on third base. Fogarty, Rigoni. Our words get jumbled up here sometimes.
A chance, though, here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Foul back.
We always talk about Rigoni's speed, but he's a very good hitter as well. Hit over 300 this past spring. 25 for 25 on stolen base attempts. That's the number that pops out at you.
Interesting path for him as well. We've talked about it a few times. Started at SIU East, started all 51 games there as a freshman, and then headed to Jefferson College and continued to produce at a high level. 25 stolen bases, hitting over 300, playing great defense in the outfield.
Yeah, usually see you guys go junior college to Division I, but he went the opposite route. We'll see where that takes his career. Obviously looking for a school after Jeffco to go to. A lot of high-level Division I commits from JUCO start committing around this time as they begin to start another year. And a lot of high-level guys, start committing in October, in the first semester, and then they already are committed as they play their second season.
So now the bases are loaded, and Will Bradley has to be biting his nails and frustrated, likely with Gutzler coming in with a 6-run lead and promptly loading the bases.
Got a 6-run lead. Good to try Gutzler out on the mound. He had a couple scoreless innings. We know he can hit the baseball, trying the pitching experiment out. We know his fastball can come above 90, but he hasn't channeled it. He's not a polished pitcher in the zone. He's a guy with a ton of arm talent trying to work on his stuff, and this is a good setting to do it here in the Car-Shield Collegiate League. But in the sequence of this game situation, a 6-run lead could go away quickly. A big out he needs to get with the bases loaded.
And over-under pitches seen here for Barrymore. We'll set it at 1.5. He's been swinging at the first pitch, and he takes that one.
Did you take the over or the under?
Well, didn't have time to decide.
Swung at the first pitch the last 5 times he's been at the plate. Put them all in play. Not
a good one to swing at there, but he looks at a strike there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You think someone told him maybe you want to see a couple?
I think so. Especially after the guy in front of you just walked.
And with the bases loaded as well, put some pressure on the pitcher.
He's swinging there, and he fouls it back. So if you're Barrymore here, a grand slam, you're still trailing, so the approach has to be just try to get on base any way you can. Can't hit a 6-run homer.
Especially for the top of the lineup coming up.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and he chops it foul. Thank you for joining us here on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon for Baseball Let's Play 3 again. Jim's Caveman getting things started here. More baseball for you. Doubleheader at 5:30. That's chopped to the left side. Double play ball. 5, 4, 3. Roll them up. And Gutzler loads them up, but rolls the double play and gets out of it. 10-4 Caveman as we head to the 6th here on Car-Shield Collegiate League TV.
Shane Olsey, Will Connerly here with you on CCL TV. Gutzler out for another inning of work. In the top of the lineup he faces. They'll try to muster up something. They trail by 7. Tommy Woods takes the first pitch. A lot of pitches have been taken today. 16 combined walks between the two teams, and a lot of bases have been taken as well. 9 combined stolen bases between the two teams. Tommy Woods hits this one toward left field in the gap, but tracking to get it in left center field is Zach Floyd for the first out. So Woods is retired. He's been on base a couple times today, and a couple flyouts for the third baseman. Gibson comes to the plate. He's been on base 2 times, walked and scored in the first, singled and scored in the fourth. Gibson, the shortstop at the plate, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Gutzler gets that one over for a strike. The hard-throwing right-hander Brandon Gutzler, a former standout at Murray State, a big-time home run hitter. Now obviously trying to limit the home runs and try to spot up. Hits a spot on the inside corner there. A ground out to the third baseman, thrown across the diamond by Sperling. Halverson at first throws it around the horn for the second out. So a ground out, a pop out, and then a ground out. That brings up Ryan Malzahn, the third place hitter in this lineup. A walk, a hit by pitch, and a walk for Malzahn. He comes to the plate. And 16 walks between the two teams. The command hasn't really been there. A pitching coach, big nightmare right now if you're one on either squad. They both have struggled with the command, or they've fallen behind in the count, and that's why we've seen 11 spot put up for the Cavemen. The Gems trail by 7 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. At the plate, Ryan Malzahn, the rising freshman at SEMO, grounds it to the right side, backhanded by the first baseman Halverson. He steps on it, and a 1-2-3 clean bottom of the 6th. We send it to the 7th, 11-4, the score, Cavemen on top.